Good evening. I'm Senator Ray, and this is the Ray of Hope Show. Welcome to the Ray of Hope Show, which you can watch streaming on live and on YouTube. Take a look at our previous segments on animal rights. We had a segment on Nosey's Law. Nosey's Law, where's Nosey? Here's my buddy Nosey right here. Nosey was saved from over 40 years of torture and being abused by being a circus performer. And on our Nosey's Law show, we talk about how we were able to ban in the state of New Jersey circus animals, wild animals, and elephants from the cruelty of circuses. And you'll see how these animals are beaten into submission. And thankfully, Governor Murphy signed legislation that Governor Christie had vetoed, unfortunately, in the past when I sponsored it. But now the Noseys of the world and other wild animals are free from this terrible captivity, at least in terms of performing here in the state of New Jersey. We also have a segment on Desmond's Law. Desmond's Law, which we are advocating for now in the New Jersey State Legislature, will authorize law students, trained and supervised law students from Seton Hall Law School and Rutgers Law School, to appear in court to be advocates for the animals, an animal who were subject to cruelty. So that animal will have a voice in court that previously never had, giving voice to the voiceless. And what a great show we had when we had First Lady Tammy Murphy here. Tammy's is advocating now to reduce the terrible amount of infant mortality and maternal mortality here in the state of New Jersey, particularly with regard to minority families. Mothers are dying at way too high rates, and so are infants. Because we do not provide the proper care and treatment during pregnancy for women. And she's been going throughout the state of New Jersey advocating for this. And you can hear her, again, by tuning into the Ray of Hope show, streaming live and on YouTube. For tonight's episode, we will be talking about the public health crisis that faces America today, addiction to opioids. We are seeing so many overdoses right here in the state of New Jersey, and it has no boundaries. Doesn't matter where you live, urban area, suburban area, rural area. So many people, particularly young, the youth, are dying from overdose for their addictions to opioids. And there's one specific solution to that that will be very effective that we'll be talking about, and that is Recovery High Schools. Recovery High School gives a young person who has been diagnosed with substance use disorder. That means they're addicted. They're addicted to opioids. They're addicted to alcohol. They're addicted and needed to go to rehabilitation to get sober. But then when they go back to their school, they get afforded or solicited to take drugs and alcohol real quickly. And oftentimes relapse, drop out of school, and wind up in jail or die very young, or both. What a Recovery High School will do, and we only have 3 in the state of New Jersey. we will be advocating to have every county covered because this crisis goes across the state of New Jersey, covered by having a recovery high school. We'll be talking about one in Union County, one in Monmouth County, and most recently just opened one in Camden County. And these schools give the students who are suffering with opioid addiction or other addictions a safe haven where when they go to school, they will not only have they won't get the peer pressure to use when they go back to their original schools, but they will get peer support to stay sober, get an education, and lead productive and safe lives. So stay tuned. We have a great segment coming up about the opioid addiction and recovery high schools, which will help our youth recover and stay sober.
Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design, studio, and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net. It takes more than a state-of-the-art medical facility to make a great hospital. It takes a team of dedicated medical professionals. That's the Jersey City Medical Center, Hudson County's #1 hospital. Medical teams consisting of New Jersey's top doctors, Magnet Award-winning nurses, and accomplished hospital associates, all committed to your good health. That's what you have at the Jersey City Medical Center. Make Hudson County's #1 hospital your first choice. Visit us on the web at barnabashealth.org.
Newport, the luxury waterfront community on the Hudson River, offers the quality of life you deserve in 10 high-rise rental towers with amenities such as the on-site Newport Path subway, light rail and ferry service, Newport Town Square, 3 playgrounds, dog run, upscale restaurants, retail giants like Sears, JCPenney, Macy's, and Target. Morton Williams Supermarket is just outside your front door. A health and fitness club, spa, skating rink, and medical facilities are also on site. NewportNJ.com. Enjoy the New York skyline from Newport Town Square. Manhattan is just one path stop away or quick ride through the Holland Tunnel. Nursery and private elementary schools all on site. 12-screen movie theater at the Newport Center Mall. Want to visit Newport? Stay at the Westin or Marriott Hotel. Go to NewportNJ.com for details. Newport has luxurious towers, great restaurants, shopping, New York skyline views, schools, playgrounds, a marina and yacht club, gym, spa, fine wine, fine living. It's incredible. It's you. NewportNJ.com. Newport, live like you want.
The Jersey City Medical Center. You know it for its award-winning, life-saving ambulance service. It's also your health hub, with health and wellness locations staffed with certified professionals all through Hudson County. The Jersey City Medical Center, here to help you with your healthy, here when you need us the most. The Jersey City Medical Center. Visit us on the net to learn more. Jersey City Medical Center, Robert Wood Johnson, Barnabas Health Facility. Let's be healthy together.
Pen & Pencil Properties, Jersey City. Shaping the workplace with state-of-the-art office spaces that address your company desires. Building residences that define your home environment, adjacent to all modes of transportation with on-site parking available. The right address, the right lease. Call 201-521-9000 or visit online at penandpencilproperties.com. Pen & Pencil Properties, building Jersey City for everyone.
Welcome back to the Ray of Hope Show. We'll be talking about recovery high schools and the opioid epidemic, a public health crisis in America, and how youth can be saved through recovery high schools. And joining us today will be Pamela Capaci. Pamela was the CEO of Prevention Links. She is now the CEO of Hope Sheds Light. And Pamela and I co-founded the very first recovery high school in the state of New Jersey, in Union County, the Raymond J. Lesniak Experience, Strength, and Hope Recovery High School. Welcome, Pamela.
Thank you.
We'll also be hearing from Dr. Toni Lehman, Director of Curriculum and Instruction, Coastal Preparatory High School in Cape May County. Cape May County is the most recent county to have a recovery high school. So, Dr. Lehman, welcome to the Ray of Hope show.
Thank you for having me.
So, Pamela, you and I got involved. You got me involved with this, what, 5 years ago?
A little more now, yeah.
A little more than 5 years ago. And Pamela's been working in the recovery field with Prevention Links for how many years?
Well, the recovery field, 25, Prevention Links, 12.
Fantastic. And you do a wonderful job.
Thank you.
And you came to me
Did.
to start the very first recovery high school in the state of New Jersey.
Yes, well, you know, I looked at your record as a senator. When I had the opportunity to meet you, I wanted to understand where your interests lie. And I knew right away that you were the perfect individual to ask to help me bring recovery high schools to New Jersey.
Well, thank you. So let's, well, before we talk about recovery high schools in general, because Dr. Lehman, I know you know a lot about that as well. Take us through what we had to go through to get this started.
Well, you know, it's the first on the landscape, so that makes it hard to begin with.
What kind of resistance did we get? Because we got resistance.
We got a lot of resistance, and that's
How about you, Dr. Lehman? Did you get resistance, or have we broken the barrier?
Thank goodness you guys have blazed the way for us. Certainly it's been quite helpful.
All right, well, but we still do get resistance, don't we?
We do, and I mean, this system isn't set up really for this type of school.
You mean the education system?
The education system.
We're trying to convince Dr. Lamont
Yes.
Rapolet, great guy, Commissioner of Education, and he's with us.
He is. He's
And
extremely
we're
supportive.
getting there to support recovery high schools. So,
Right. I mean, the whole
why is
system of
recovery-
care.
Why is it so important
Why is it important?
to have recovery high schools available for students who have addiction?
Because for youth, going back to their high school is going back to the people, places, and things. You know, on day one, they're approached by their previous peer group. Oftentimes it's, you know, a peer group that also uses drugs. They're approached by their dealers many times because that's where they're networking at school. Like we network in our workplace and other areas.
Right.
So for them to have an opportunity to really build the new skills that are necessary to support recovery, they can't go back to the same environment where they're just inundated with the same triggers and the same friends and the same, you know, opportunities. So recovery high schools provide a sober environment where they're able to continue with their education and set goals, and really that motivates them to stay clean and sober, understand that their life really can go on and be successful, but they're surrounded by a new peer group that they're also looking to be sober and drug-free, and they're able, you know, to establish those behaviors without that pressure.
And we know by statistics in other states, which have had recovery high schools longer than we have, that most students who, after rehab, go back to their high schools, they drop out.
Yes, it's almost like an identical reverse in statistics. It's in the high 80% of students will drop out.
And we graduate in the high 80s.
Correct.
And tell us a little bit about our first graduate, who I happen to have extra affinity for, because not only is she our first graduate, but she is now, I believe, in her junior year.
She might be a senior.
She might be a senior where?
At Rutgers University.
Rutgers University, my university.
Also, another interesting update is that she is now coming on as an intern at the Recovery High School.
How wonderful. So we're going to have her on a future show. Okay?
Absolutely, yep.
Okay, so how did you get started, Doctor, in the recovery field in general?
So it started about 15 months ago. We saw a broadcast from the New Jersey Department of Ed for a planning grant, meaning for us to look at, strategize, is this even something feasible for us in the southern end of the state? And immediately I started doing some Google searching and came across your name, came across the high school that had started there, and then found my way interweaving to connect.
The high school that had started there.
Well, you're the high school.
Oh, Union County. Oh, yes.
So my search brought me there, and I made some contacts and found my way to Pam, and Pam and I started dialogue. So before we even submitted our grant, we wanted to make sure we got an idea of what this process was going to be like. And so we're very thankful that she was able to encapsulate her push, how it started, and what our efforts needed to be, So it was about almost a year and a half ago, we received the planning grant, and that allowed us to visit not only the Lesniak school several times, but also the other recovery high school in New Jersey as well.
And that is in Middletown?
It is in
Monmouth County.
Monmouth County.
Not Middletown.
Well, it's through the Middletown, Mattawan. It's through the
Mattawan,
Mattawan School
yes.
District, but it's located at
Brookdale Community College's
Oh, wonderful.
campus.
Okay.
So we've
Great
had a
school.
chance.
Yes.
Great, yes. I do a lot of animal stuff there. Yeah.
So we've had a chance to connect and network with them as well, and it was just recent that we were able to also receive grant funding to open up. Our plans are to open March 1st, but we did partner with a similar organization. Cape Assist is our recovery partnership organization. So the big thing that is quite unique is we want kids to be able to stay sober, but we also want them to be able to graduate. So the academic and the recovery piece in terms of going hand in hand. So we've been able to utilize Cape Assist. They're going to be providing the recovery supports, and then Middle Township School District staff will provide the educational opportunities for our students.
So you told us about how you got involved in the recovery high school effort. How did you get involved in the recovery issue itself? And what's your, obviously you have an educational background.
Sure.
You are a doctor.
Sure. So I mean, certainly I think addiction has touched all of our lives, some more directly than others. I was a school principal just 2.5 years ago, whereby I lost a 13-year-old to addiction and an overdose laced with fentanyl. And to think at such a young age, it was an opportunity for me to pursue finding something to give back to our community, especially Cape May County being the farthest end down within our state. And that too, you open up the newspaper, you read the obituaries, and you just see too young of an age of someone who's passing away. And it's a little more commonplace now for people to list why that person has died, and in the hopes of, we need to do something, and this is an opportunity for us to be able to do something for our youth.
Well, that's so wonderful.
Yep.
Union County, Cape May County,
Monmouth County.
Monmouth County. We're short 19 counties. But you know we'll get it done.
We will.
Well, thank you very much. I know, our next segment, we'll be talking about a day in the life of a student at a recovery high school, and how that gives them an opportunity to stay sober and get an education. We'll see you soon.
Rama Jewelers, located in the Lyndhurst Shopping Center at 413 Valley Brook Avenue, Lyndhurst. Come for all your jeweler needs at Rama Jewelers, where you will find a fine selection of necklaces, earrings, rings, and bracelets. Choose from one of our complete sets, our many signature items, or find the perfect engagement ring. Come on down. That's Rama Jewelers at 413 Valley Brook Ave, Lyndhurst. Call 201-939-5784 or visit us online today.
Pen and Pencil Properties, Jersey City. Shaping the workplace with state-of-the-art office spaces that address your company desires. Building residences that define your home environment, adjacent to all modes of transportation with on-site parking available. The right address, the right lease. Call 201-521-9000 or visit online at penandpencilproperties.com. Pen and Pencil Properties, building Jersey City for everyone. Good Friend Self Storage in North Bergen, New Jersey is a fully climate-controlled facility equipped with state-of-the-art security, packing supplies, a Refer Friend program, and multiple loading docks convenient for commercial use. Located just off of Route 3 at 4301 Tunnelly Avenue, Route 1 and 9. Call 201-867-2444 or visit us on the web today. Good Friend Self Storage. Let us be your good friend.
The Jersey City Medical Center. You know it for its award-winning, life-saving ambulance service. It's also your health hub, with health and wellness locations staffed with certified professionals all through Hudson County. The Jersey City Medical Center, here to help you with your healthy, here when you need us the most. The Jersey City Medical Center. Visit us on the net to learn more. Jersey City Medical Center, Robert Wood Johnson, Barnabas Health Facility. Let's be healthy together.
Welcome back to the Ray of Hope show. And we're talking today about a very, very serious topic, opioid addiction in general, as it affects our youth, and how a recovery high school will save our youth, give them an opportunity to live a safe and sober life. And we have Pam Capaci. Pam is the current CEO of Hope Sheds Light. And the reason why I have to look down for that is because for years, and how I got to know Pam and how she started the Raymond J. Lesniak Experience, Strength, and Hope Recovery High School, she was with Prevention Links. And we're also here with Dr. Toni Lehman, Director of Curriculum and Instruction, Coastal Preparatory High School, Cape May County, which will be introducing and opening a recovery high school in Cape May County as well. Welcome again, welcome back.
Thank you.
So talk to me, either one of you, whoever wants to go first, about a day in the life of a student at a recovery high school. Pam, you want to go first?
Sure.
Okay.
So we try to make it look as close to a typical high school as possible. So there's academics, that take place initially, but woven throughout the day are opportunities to receive recovery support services. So, yep, I'm going to break that down.
What's a recovery
Yep, I'm going to
support
break that down.
Okay.
So they'll meet with a mentor. We have recovery mentors.
And tell us about these mentors.
Yep.
Are they just trained professionals? Are they professionals who are in recovery themselves, or both?
Yeah, a little bit of both. So many of our mentors are pursuing their education. All of them are in recovery themselves.
Oh, all of them are
They
in
all
recovery.
have lived experience. That's a criteria.
Long-term recovery.
Correct. Yep. And
What do you define as long-term recovery? More than a year?
so that's controversial around the field, but yes, for us, we'd like to see at least a year of sobriety and active recovery plan. Whatever method they use is fine with us, as long as it's an active recovery plan. We put them through a training of our own, a recovery coach training that's got a blended sort of big brothers, big sisters recovery coach feel to it, since our population is younger. And they meet with their mentors, and they develop what's called a recovery plan or individual recovery plan.
And Dr. Lehman, if I may interject,
Sure.
this individual recovery plan, isn't it? It's very important that this is a plan developed with the student. You don't say, this is what you have to do, right?
Absolutely. It's a talked about experience. It's something that could also be revisited, because once they reach some of their program goals too, we would hope that they would set additional goals and feel confident in the fact that they were successful from their original plan. I think the one thing too is also some group-based interactions with their peers as well. So there's the individual plan, but then there's also the supportive environment of others who are going through similar circumstances. So to have time in the day of the life of what it would look like, it's group, individual, and then also the academic component pieces as well. We took some of the model from the Lesniak School. It's a blended approach, as Pam had mentioned earlier, with doing some of our coursework online through New Jersey Virtual School, and the offshoot of that, utilizing our staff in-house to do live traditional-based instruction as if you were sitting in a classroom with the teacher instructing to you. So there's a lot of modalities throughout the day and a lot of opportunities for kids to move in and out of different segments of time.
Absolutely. We do exactly the same thing, and I think just going back to that plan for 1 second, it's strength-based, and that makes it a little unique. We're looking at moving forward and what your goals are and what's identifying the strengths that a student has to accomplish those goals and building on those and building their confidence in that, as opposed to remaining focused on the addiction piece or the negativity or the problem, which oftentimes happens where we're so problem focused that a youth can identify themselves either through their problems or through their strengths. So I think the other thing that recovery high schools try to do is promote this identification through what our strengths can be.
And how about parental involvement?
We have a parenting piece. What we're finding is that it's oftentimes easier to do some of that virtually as well, because parents are busy, but we definitely coordinate with the home, especially if we need to reinforce certain skills that we see need some work. We can either pull them in one-on-one and speak with them, speak as a group, and this way parents are reinforcing the same concepts that we're reinforcing on site. And we also provide an education series so parents can understand what the needs are of an adolescent in early recovery and that they can build a support system at home for that.
Anything to add,
And I
Doctor?
think too with the parental piece, and what we've picked up is that from the get-go, from the initial piece, when a student enrolls with us, it's important to have the parent there checking out our space, seeing what that environment's going to look like for their kid every day, making them feel comfortable with who we are as a staff. Our transition coordinator is one of our staff members, and our hope is that that person could also visit the home or have more direct contact with the home. That's kind of like a unique tripod. It's like their students homeschool, it's the parental focus, and then also the staff within the school system too. So there's a lot of communication in order to support the child in this environment.
I agree. I mean, I think we need parent buy-in right from the start. And most of the parents that come to us anyway are really ready to receive a service that's going to help
They
their
have
kids.
to take affirmative action
Correct.
to allow their student to get into a recovery school.
Correct. Yep.
So talk to me about relapses. I mean, relapse, unfortunately, is part of recovery, correct? You do know that. So how do you deal with that, and how do you detect that?
I know in our school we do regular drug screens. It's consistent and regular across the board. It's not random. It's everyone gets it. And we have a process. So if somebody tests positive, we look at that as an opportunity actually to talk to the student, figure out what's going on, and set up a plan depending on the severity. Sometimes they need to reconnect with treatment. Sometimes they don't. You know, so it really depends. We actually have on staff a clinician, so it's not just our mentors. We also have a clinician. The clinician works predominantly with the mentors, but we'll meet with students who are struggling. So they have an opportunity to kind of learn through their relapse and re-place some steps or support systems that might be necessary to help them get back on track. It's not an immediate dismissal. We don't look at it as a punitive situation. We look at it as an opportunity.
Yeah, we would tend to agree. I mean, certainly, we're looking to open our doors March 1st. So for us, we haven't embarked upon that quite yet.
But you have a model.
Absolutely, and the
And
research
what model
shows,
is that?
The research
Raymond
shows.
J. Lesniak.
Exactly.
Experience, Strength, and Hope Recovery High School. I want to talk
Thank
a little
goodness
bit.
for that,
I want
yep.
to talk a little bit about that because when Pam first came to me and said, "We want to name this after you," I said, "No way. I'm not interested. I don't want a building named after me, a highway or anything." She said, "Think about it." I thought about it for just overnight, and I said, "Pam, I want to do this because this is a living model of something that we want to bring out across America." And I want to thank Pam. Obviously, you're the trailblazer, and Dr. Lehman, you're picking up the mantle and running with it, because it is so important that we go beyond Union County, beyond Monmouth County, beyond Camden County, to give our youth an opportunity to recover. So you can help. You can contact parents. We all know students and families who need something like a recovery high school for these youth to be able to enjoy the rest of their lives. Contact your legislator, say, let's get a recovery high school in our community. Watch our shows, the Ray of Hope show, live stream, and on YouTube. Keep in touch, and we can get this done across New Jersey, a recovery high school in every single county. That's our goal. Good night.